Hello friends, welcome back. In this video we are going to study the concept of passing argument by reference. Okay, before this, whatever function call we make, all are passing arguments by value. Okay, and I already differentiated between the by value concept and by reference concept, as well as we study the concept of pointers. So if you are not aware of that part, please watch that video. Now, what is passing argument by reference? So basically the meaning of reference is address. Meaning of reference is what? Address. Address means what? A memory location of your argument, where your argument is stored. So now what we are going to do, instead of passing a value, we are going to pass the address of that argument or address of that variable. So let us take an example. See, till now what we are doing, say for example there is power function. How we are calling that power function? We are passing the required argument, right? So that means what we are doing, we are passing value of that argument. Okay, now what I want to do, I want to pass the references or address of that argument. So to get that references or to get that addresses, we need address of operator. What we need? Address of operator. And how address of operator is defined? Address of operator is defined using this ampersand sign. Okay, so what is the condition? Basically, if your function accepts the address, then only you can pass the address. If it is accepting the value, means here power function is what? Power function is accepting the value, so we have to pass a value only. If my function is accepting the addresses, then only I have to pass the address. So let us see the concept using one example. See, all of you are familiar with the logic of swapping, right? What we do in swapping? In swapping, we interchange the value of two variables. Means suppose I have two values a and b, and I want to interchange its value. So what is the logic? I'll say temp is equal to a equal to b, and b is equal to what? Temp. So this is the basic logic of swapping, and we already studied this logic. Okay, if you are not aware of this part, I already uploaded the video of swapping. So in this way your value gets swapped. Now what we want to do, we want to write a function for this. What we want to do, we want to write a function for this. See, now here in case of swapping, definitely you need to pass two arguments because you want to swap these two variables. How many arguments you have to pass? You have to pass these two arguments because you want to perform the swapping of these two variables. Now how many values it will return? Definitely you have two results because you are interchanging the value of a and b, and again definitely output is what? A and b. So you want to return two values, but my function can return a single value only. My function can return single value only. So that's why I cannot return the result. So we have to keep our return type void. But what is the another condition? I want to do a swapping in a function and I want to print the result in a calling function. Now here my calling function is going to be a main function. So what I want to do? I want to perform a swapping in a function, but I want to print the result in a main function. Okay, so whatever changes I do on this variable should get reflected in my calling program. So what we will do first, we first of all write this program using by value, and then after we will convert this same program to by reference. Okay, so let me erase this. So as I told you, we are not going to return anything, so return type will be void. So say swap, it will have two arguments, say int a, then int b. Okay, now local variable is required here, so let us declare it in temp. So temp is equal to a is equal to b, and b is equal to temp. That's it. Okay, so time being I am not going to write a entire main program. I'll just define the function call. I'll say swap, say x comma y. I say swap x comma y, and here I'll print the value of x and y. Printf %d x and y. Now here what happened, whenever you are calling your function, okay, currently you have a values in variable x and y. Assume that your values are 2 and 3, and it has some memory location 2, 2, 2, 4. It has 3, 3, 5, 5. And similarly A and B also has a memory location, say 4, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 6, 4. Now whenever you give call to the function, the value of variable x get copied in A and the value of variable y get copied in B. And what logic you wrote here? You first of all copy the value of A in temp, means in temp variable 2 gets stored. Then you are assigning the value of B to A, means A will be 3. And what is the last statement? Temp B is equal to temp, means assign the value of temp to B. Okay. Now what you are doing here? You are changing or you are altering the values of a copy of the variable. You are not altering the actual parameters, you are altering the formal parameters. Now you may say that you directly say x here, but remember one thing, whenever you declare any variable inside that function, only that function can use that variable. Means definitely x and y are to be declared in in function main. Okay, and only main function can use this x and y. I cannot use this x and y in swapping function. Okay, so remember this part always. So you do not have that option that you can say if I directly access the variable x in main function. Definitely not. If you declare it here, then also it will be considered different memory location. Okay, so this option is not to you. Now what option left? Basically what you want to do, you want to directly fetch the value of x and y here in your swap function, and you want to perform the changes on this variable. Basically all operations are done on what? All the operations are done on the copy of the variable. That's why if you print the value of x and y, what happens? You will get the same result. Okay, you can print the value here. If you print the value of a and b in function, then also you will get a swap result. But many times what happens, we want that reflected result in main or in calling program to perform the further operation on it. There is not always the case that we are printing the value. We might use this value for other purpose also. Okay, so that's why we need that reflected result in the calling program. Okay, so what I have to do, I have to pass the address of this variable. What I have to do? I have to pass the address of that variable. Now when I pass the address, what will I say? Swap %x comma %y. Okay, and since I am passing the address, I have to collect it in what? Pointer variable. I have to collect it in a pointer variable. See, in last video only we saw the concept of pointer. What is pointer variable? Pointer is a variable that stores the address of another variable of same type. Okay, what it stores? It stores the address of another variable. And what is the next part? Of same type. Means here my x and y are of type integer, so my pointer variable should be of type what? Integer. So in my function definition I need to do these changes. So void swap int star px comma int star py. You can give any name to it, remember this thing. So basically here we are telling that we are declaring the pointer variable, and what it going to hold? It going to hold the address of another variable of integer type, because we declare a pointer of type integer, and since we are passing the address of integers, this should be of type integer pointer. So this is a way to declare a pointer. Okay, and I already covered this part in a pointer video. Now look at here what is going to happen here. Now consider that this is your px and this is your py, sorry. It also has its own memory location. Okay, but now what is it holding? It is holding the address of x. So what is the address of x? 2224. What is the address of y? 3335. Okay, now it is holding what? It is holding the address of x and y. Now what we want to do? We want to alter this memory location data using this pointer variable, and definitely we can do this. We already saw the concept of dereferencing pointers, okay, in our pointer video. So first of all, what I have to do, I have to fetch the value of x, and to fetch the value of x I need indirection operator, which is specified by asterisk sign, which gives me value at that address. So what is the value at that address? Value at that address is 2. So what will I do? I'll store it in temp variable. See, in temp variable I am going to hold the value. That's why my temporary variable is going to be of type integer. It need not to be a pointer variable. Okay, I am storing 2 value in it. So my variable temp is storing 2. Now next step is what? Fetch the value of y and store it in x. But here we are going to fetch it through pointer variable. So here I'll say star px, I'll fetch the value of I, and then I assign to the memory location of a px. So what is the memory location of px? 2224. So assign the value store at py to memory location store at px. So here it becomes 3. Now what is the last statement? Star py is equal to temp. So what is the value of temp now? Value of temp is 2. So assign this 2 value to star py. What is the meaning of star py? Value at location 3335. So here 2 value get assigned. Okay. Now look at here. If you print the value of x and y now, after this, if you print the value of x and y now, what you will get? You will get reflected result. You will get reflected result because you change the value of this memory location using pointer. See, this process is definitely indirect process. You cannot directly access this memory location. With the help of pointers we are accessing this. So whenever there is a requirement to change your argument itself, look at here, these are what? These are your arguments, and you are changing the value of your arguments, right? You are changing the value of your arguments. In that case, pointer concept is helpful. Till now, whatever function program we saw, in that what we did, we accept the argument, then we generated the result from that argument, and then we return that result. For example, factorial of number. We accept the number, then we calculated the factorial, and then after we return that factorial result. But here what we are doing? We are changing the argument itself. In that case, definitely pointer concept is helpful, or you can say not pointer concept, call by reference concept is helpful, or passing argument by reference concept is helpful. And here there is one more reason. We cannot return more than one value. Okay, but with the help of this by reference concept, we alter more than one values. Okay, so whenever there is no option to return more than one value, you can use the concept of by reference. Okay, so I hope you got this. Okay, and let us run this program in code block. Now I already wrote a program here, as you can see. So here the first program is using call by value. Okay, here I just passed the value. In main program we accepted the input from a user and we kept it in variable a and b. And look at here, while scanning also we use ampersand sign. So what is the meaning of this? Go to the address of E and store the value. Okay, that's why we use ampersand here. So the meaning of ampersand is here also it is address of operator. Now call is given in this way, swap a comma b, and before calling the function I printed the value of a and b, and after calling the function also I printed the value of a and b. Okay, so what change I'll do, I'll just say a equal to, so we can observe it, and b equal to. Similarly here I'll say a equal to and b equal to. So let us run this. Say yes. Okay, here semicolon is missing. Let us run it again. Okay, now let me put the two values 10, 20. Look at here. After swapping, before swapping a is 10 and b is 20. After swapping also a is 10 and b is 20. Means when we use call by value concept, there is no change in your argument. Now let us try same code using call by reference. So I should put a new line here, so I'll get a proper output. Okay, so let me put a new line and let us run it again to understand the output. See, again I enter same input 10 and 20. Look at here. Before swapping and after swapping, both the values are what? Same. So here also I already completed the program. Let me put a slash in, and let me put a message also, a equal to and b equal to, so we can observe the output. So a equal to and similarly b equal to. Now here, look at here, this is a way to write a prototype. Okay, since we are passing the address to it, so what I have to say? I have to say asterisk here. If we are passing just integer value, so what do we write? We just say int. What we say? We just say int comma int. Whereas whenever we are passing integer type of address, what do we say? Int star star. So here two pointer variables are declared. With the help of this pointer variables, swapping is done, and here also the value of a and b are printed before calling a function and after calling a function. So let us save this and let us run this. Say yes. Okay, again semicolon is missed. So let us enter the same same input, that is 10 and 20. Look at here. Before swapping, the value of a and b are 10 and 20, whereas after swapping, the value of a is 20 and b is 10. Means with the help of pointers, we actually change our arguments data. Not actually with the help of pointers, using the concept of call by reference, we change the value of our argument, and for that we took a help of pointers. Okay, so I hope you enjoy this video and you got the difference between call by value and call by reference, as well as the scenario where to use the concept of call by reference. Okay, so call by reference is an application of a pointer. Okay, and in upcoming videos definitely we are going to see the another application of pointer, that is dynamic memory allocation. Okay, so do the practice of this example, try to understand this concept. If you have any doubt, definitely you can write it to me. I definitely try to solve your problem. Thank you.